you doing?
Good. I got one question for you. A little bit of the SEC start bench cut. You got Shaquille O'Neal, Al Horford, and Anthony Davis.
Cut Al Horford. Start Shaquille O'Neal. Bench Anthony Davis.
You were quick to cut Al.
Yeah, I gotta go with Shaq and AD on that one.
Thank you so much.
TV, why are you number 7 now?
Really no real reason. Just kind of wanted to change my number again. Also, my birthday is on the 7th, so that kind of had something to do with it. But besides that, no real reason.
Okay.
TV, you've been in college for a while now. Just where do you feel like your game has grown the most and evolved the most since your freshman year?
Yeah, I mean, as a freshman, you come in, you don't really know what to expect. So I just know what to expect now going into the season. So I can go in with that confidence, and I would say probably just the confidence is the main difference.
And then when you entered the transfer portal after your freshman year, was it, when you landed at Arkansas, obviously, was it something you wanted to stay in the SEC, or what was that, I guess, that?
100%, it was that, and it's close to home. Actually, Arkansas University is closer to home than Missouri was. I'm from Missouri, so it was proximity to home, and also I kind of wanted to stay in the SEC. So.
Yeah, I was a senior at Mizzou for your freshman year, so yeah.
What do you like to tell people about this Arkansas edition?
Talking about the team this year? Well, I mean, as of now, we haven't played a game yet, so it's hard to say. But at practice we play fast. We get after each other, we compete. We got a lot of people that want to win. So.
Where do you think you've gotten better since the season?
As a team or personally?
Personally.
It's hard to say. I don't know. We haven't played a game, and like I said, I don't really know how things are going to go this year. But I know I'm going to go in with extreme confidence, just not thinking, just out there playing, and just trusting the work and falling back on the work that we put in all summer.
What phase did you practice the most this summer? What are you trying to add? Well, did you practice a lot of free throws? Did you practice hook shots, dribbling, passing, defense? What was on your mind?
A little bit of everything. Not as much shooting. I feel like I'm a pretty good shooter, so not as much shooting. Post scoring, post defense. Just working on my body, things like that.
You guys obviously have a new look front court room with you and Malik, Nick, Paulo, Elmir. Just what have you noticed about those guys? How are you guys kind of, gelling, developing as you get closer to the season?
Well, I played against Nick. I think I just played against him for 3 or 4 years, so I'm familiar with his game. And he's expanded it since he's been, with us at Arkansas. But we know he's going to bring elite rebounding, physical presence, toughness, and then Malik Ewing is. As skilled as anybody I've ever played with. He sees the court in ways that I've never even seen it. He can pass. He's a good passer. He can score. I think we'll have a good front court this year.
I mean, just you've been here for at Arkansas for so long. How do you feel like you've maybe grown off the court in a leadership role?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like just naturally, just getting older. I came here when I was 19, so when I leave here, I'll be 23. So I feel like just naturally, mentally growing, and also the adversity and things I've had to go through, injuries and whatnot, have helped me grow also.
Coach Rich said that he was impressed with what you did in the strength and conditioning in the offseason. Are you feeling more confident because of your body now too?
I would say, yeah, it could be a mix of that, but also just, I've just been around the college game for a long time, and I've consumed a lot of information from a lot of good coaches, and just putting that all together for this last season, and just kind of going out there and not thinking, just playing is kind of where I'm at.
Trevon, what do you expect year 2 with Coach Cal?
Hopefully better than year 1. As far as how we started, we obviously could have started better. We ended the right way in some ways. But I just feel like more consistency with it. We're going to come out and be more prepared at the beginning of the season, and that'll probably be the difference.
What do you think you guys learned from that difficult stretch last year? 0-5 start in the SEC.
I mean, it's never over. We were 0-5, and you know, at that time, you know, nobody had us going to the tournament. You could go look at every website from that time, and you know, everybody had us out. And, so I know just as a team, keep pushing no matter what. When things get you know, tough, we grinded it out and ended up going to the tournament and having a nice run.
The non-conference schedule, it's brutal. You guys like that? You like the, you know, the chance that you're going to get to play on the big stage in quite a few games, and also the level of competition?
Yes, 100%. I think we got guys on the team that, you know, they invite games like that. I feel like coach feels like we'd be cheating ourselves if we were out there playing, you know, lower competition with the league that we're in. You've got to prep yourself for the long SEC season. So, you know, I think coach did a good job of doing that this year.
You got a game that you're scheduling on this season, or a game that you've got circled on the schedule this season?
Yeah, there's a few. I mean, especially in the non-conference, you know, I'll just probably Duke and Houston. Those are, you know, two. I don't know if are they top 5 teams in the AP preseason? Are they both top 5?
Houston is, I think Duke's like 7 or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, those are two games you probably got circled. You know, we'll be excited for those ones.
The Texas Tech game at all?
Oh, wow. Good call. Texas Tech 2 in Dallas, that'll be a good one. Yeah, we get it.
Yeah. Speaking of last season, you really kind of came on after Duthero got hurt, 7 to 9 games in double figures, 4 double-doubles towards the end of the year. What do you have to do, you know, just to make sure you keep that momentum going into this season?
I mean, if I'm on the court, that's what's going to happen. And you see at the end of the year, you know, before Adu went out, you know, unfortunately he went out, but, you know, before he went out, I wasn't playing as much. And, you know, for me, it's as simple as that. You know, I wasn't playing as much, wasn't getting the minutes, you know, that I feel like I needed. And at the end of the year, I was, and we'll see what happens.
Trevon, how do you hope your last year at Arkansas ends?
You know, to be honest, I just hope it ends. You know, obviously with the national championship, every team's going to say that, but you know, for me, it'll mean a little bit more because I've been here for 4 years. I feel like I've been, you know, taking up space with these Arkansas fans. They're probably getting sick of me by now, so you know, just trying to give them something that they deserve, and you know, national championship.
Year 2 with Coach Cal. Have you noticed him more comfortable at Arkansas? Or just
100%. You know, the first year he came in, you know, everything was kind of late. Everything was like kind of in a hurry. And this year, it's, you know, things are more slowed down. You know, we scrimmaged a lot more than we did. And overall, I feel like the staff and also Coach Cal is more comfortable.
how much more comfortable